All right, so today we're diving into a really fascinating and honestly pretty intense ritual that's been making the rounds online. It's called the Chi Ball technique, and let me tell you, it comes with a very specific and very bold promise. And yeah, that promise, it kicks off with this really stark warning. This isn't just a friendly tip, it's a flat-out caution. The source material frames this whole thing not as some simple little exercise, but as a powerful tool with a very direct and kind of extreme intended outcome: obsession. So, what is this thing exactly?
Okay, so before we get into the how-to, we've got to get our heads around the what. The entire technique is built around this one central idea of a chi ball. So, what in the world is that?
Well, according to the source, a chi ball is a literal sphere of life force energy. You know, chi, that concept from traditional Chinese culture that talks about the energy flowing through all living things. The idea here is that you can actually gather and shape this energy yourself, right there between your own two hands. But here's the thing, it's not just an empty ball of energy. The technique describes it as more of a vessel, right? A conduit that's designed to hold and carry your specific thoughts, your message, and your intention directly to someone else. So, the big question is, how is it done? Let's walk through the exact physical ritual just as it's laid out in the source material. It's really a mix of physical action and super focused mental energy. It all starts physically. First, you're supposed to rub your hands together like really fast to build up all that heat and energy. Then, you slowly pull your palms apart, and the whole time you're doing this, you're visualizing this ball of energy, or light, forming and growing in that space right between them. Now, once you feel like you've formed that ball, the next step involves a very, very specific number: 9. And this isn't random. The ritual is super emphatic that this next part has to be done exactly 9 times. So what is it? You take that ball of energy you've just created, and you basically charge it up with your intention by whispering the target's name directly into it. Not once, not 8 times, but exactly 9 times. Okay, so you've made the chi ball, you've charged it up with the person's name, so what's next? Well, it needs to be sent. And this is the final phase, where the whole thing shifts from a physical act into something purely telepathic. So who exactly is supposed to be on the receiving end of this little energy delivery? Well, the technique is designed for a very particular recipient.
And that recipient is what's called your SP. You've probably seen this term in online manifestation communities. It stands for specific person. So this isn't like a general broadcast of energy out into the universe. It's a highly targeted message aimed at one single individual.
But where specifically are you supposed to send it? I mean, if you're sending a telepathic message, it needs an address, right? While the source material gives a very precise destination for this.
The destination is the third eye of your specific person. In a lot of spiritual traditions, this is that point of intuition and higher consciousness, right between the eyebrows. The instructions are literally to visualize your chi ball traveling through space and connecting directly with that point on them. Okay, so we've got the technique, we have the target, and we have the destination. Let's circle all the way back to where we started, the purpose. What is all of this supposed to achieve? So, to put it all together, the technique is all about creating an energy ball, sending it telepathically to a specific person's third eye, all with the explicitly stated goal of causing that person to obsess over you. And that really leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? Is a technique like this a tool for creating some kind of deeper spiritual connection, as some people might see it, or is it, just like the source itself warns, a ritual that's designed explicitly for obsession? That's something to think about. All right, so today we're diving into a really fascinating